All right, here we go. 7 in the morning. Sleep was kind of short, but came to the sleeping accommodations late yesterday, around 5:30 p.m. Barely did any fishing because I had to unpack the stuff, and then I was having some technical difficulties with the camera, so I was trying to figure that out. But yeah, we hooked into 2 walleye, and then just chilled by a fire. But yeah, brisk morning here. 7 degrees, feels like 5. But yeah, we'll see if we can get on to him. Got one. I don't know what the hell that was. There's a good walleye. Bring him over to this side. I'm not gonna net him. It's a beautiful fish on that 7-inch plastic right there. He just absolutely crushed it. Oh my God, he's so feisty. Yeah, he's just so feisty. Look at that. 23 and a half. Beautiful Georgian Bay walleye on the 7-inch plastic. My God, he wanted to get the hell out of here so fast. And yeah, 7-inch fluke, absolutely crushed that bait. God, I got off. Oh, that's what happens when you try turning a motor off mid-working fish. Took that 7-inch fluke, but I missed him. Yeah, so unfortunately, some of the footage from this trip actually has no audio because my mic broke on this trip, and that's in the process of being warrantied. But basically, I'll just quickly go over what I'm doing here and then talk more about the fall walleye pattern and what they do on Georgian Bay. So basically, I am marking 3 fish here, 90 to 100 feet away from the boat, and I am throwing probably a 4 or 5 inch fluke. And I'm throwing that fluke right above their heads, letting it drop right above their heads. They're suspended 25 feet down over 50 feet of water, and I'm just jiggling that fluke back to the boat, slowly reeling and jiggling and popping that fluke back to the boat, letting it fall in front of that walleye's face, and you see here he just absolutely crushes it. And so this actually happened to be the biggest walleye on the trip, so it was 28 inches long and probably 7 pounds at least. I'd say it was a absolutely chunky walleye. But yeah, a lot of the time when you find walleye on Georgian Bay this time of year, especially if they're suspended, they're going to be females, and they're going to be absolutely massive. They're going to be very thick, full of eggs, and full of whatever they've been feeding on. I have a lot of people reaching out to me asking me how to utilize the suspended walleye pattern on Georgian Bay, and I always tell them Georgian Bay is much tougher to target suspended walleye, especially in the summer, because a lot of these fish are way out into the open of Georgian Bay, and most anglers don't even fish the areas that these walleye are occupying. And on top of that, Georgian Bay is such a clear body of water that most of these fish are utilizing those dawn and dusk periods to feed on those ciscos. So I've mentioned previously in my videos that during the dusk period, um, the zooplankton rise up in the water column, and you can even see them on your live scope right before the nighttime. A bunch of zooplankton, and what's feeding on those zooplankton is the ciscos, and so those ciscos during dusk are feeding on zooplankton, and they're completely ignorant of the fact that there's walleye chasing them. So these walleye will utilize that low light period to binge on these ciscos that are trying to feed on zooplankton. So that's what's happening in the summertime. Most of these walleye are inaccessible. The big ones are inaccessible because they're way out into the bay feeding on those ciscos. You will find resident fish in nearshore areas, but honestly, the major concentration of walleye will be way out into the open of Georgian Bay. And so this is what makes fall such a great period on Georgian Bays, because a lot of these bigger female walleyes will come in closer to spawning areas to feed and stage and prepare for wintertime. So you could think about it this way, like, why would a walleye transition closer to the spawning areas during wintertime when everything's iced over, the water's absolutely freezing, when they can make them move earlier to go closer to those spawning areas? And those spawning areas, a lot of the time, will have a lot of forage for the walleye to feed on, both in the fall and throughout the winter. And so these walleyes will make that move closer to those spawning areas and just sit there throughout the winter and feed and develop those eggs. And once they're ready to spawn, they'll move up into the spawning areas, drop their eggs, and then potentially hang out a little longer after dropping the eggs in that area, especially if there's a lot of forage for the walleye to feed on. If not, the walleye will lay the eggs, the females will lay the eggs, and they'll move out to main lake immediately to feed on ciscos if there are no nearby feeding areas beside their spawning grounds. And so on this trip, we did notice a lot of male walleye were found in deeper water off of the steepest drop offs, which were near feeding flats. And so the reason for the males being so deep and congregated in these massive schools, as opposed to the females, which were on shallower structure, binging or suspended over deep water, is because these males don't need the amount of energy that the females do as this time of the year to develop eggs. Males, all they have to do is release their sperm so that they can fertilize those eggs, and so they don't require as much energy for egg development like females do. So they'll save their energy, and they'll sit on in deeper waters near the sharpest drop-offs. And from time to time, they'll come up on these sharp drop-offs, which allow them to get up to shallow water quickly. And they'll get on those flats and feed. And this happens especially when the conditions are tough. So like when you got that real walleye chop going, those walleye will move up onto these feeding flats, feed for a bit, and then they'll drop back down to their holes where they just sit there and conserve their energy. So ultimately, these male walleye don't need as much energy as the females do for egg production, and so they're just conserving their energy and feeding when they have to. But if you do find these schools of males in deeper water, they'll likely be willing to hit anything you throw at them, which is what was happening this trip. Honestly, we stopped by a massive school of males and we didn't even bother fishing them because it was just hit after another. So we prioritized driving around and trying to mark those larger suspended females. Um, but yeah, those females are trying to feed up and bulk up for the winter season and trying to grow those eggs. Now, one of my favorite things about this time of the year is that when you're fishing these areas with lots of forage and lots of walleye, you're bound to encounter a big toothy critter. On this trip, there were many instances where on live scope we saw some big either pike or muskie, probably more likely for it to have been a pike, but Yeah, we even managed to hook into two big pike that trip. So we got one that was 39 inches and one that was 39 and a half inches. And yeah, so the pike and the muskie are not stupid. They know that the forage is here. They know there was a walleye here, and so they're out there feeding as well. And so the following footage is going to be the 39-inch pike that we hooked into. Okay, that's a muskie or a pike, I think. That's big. That's really big. Watch this. He's coming for it.
Oh, he's gonna crush it.
Got him.
Biggin?
Yes. It's big.
Walleye?
I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna have to net this for sure. It's like a rock. He crushed a 7-inch fluke.
Oh, I'm stuck in
It's okay, just leave it. It's like, that's like 40, 37, 38, 40. Oh, it's a massive pike.
big pike.
Oh, dude.
It doesn't even want
Let's go. Holy, I'm gonna need a picture with that guy. Holy shit. Thank you, sir. Man. Beautiful Georgian Bay pike on the 7-inch fluke. I'm gonna open your bail. I'm gonna open your bail. I'm gonna give it measure. Holy crap, dude. This thing's big as hell. It doesn't fit on this. It's putting on the bunk board quick and back in the water. $39.
Yeah.
39-inch Georgian Bay pike. Beautiful. Launch this torpedo back in. Oh yeah, he's just gone to the depths. Beauty. Yeah, so we're back with the audio list footage here, and there's also no live scope footage because, of course, my device was not recording it. But yeah, this is a classic structure when you're fishing in the fall. We know the big walleye are up in shallower water, and right here is a wind-blown shoreline that's kind of actually an extended point off of the shoreline. And underwater off of this point, there was two ledges coming off into 25 feet of water. And as I was scanning the shoreline, we did find a massive school of baitfish, so that immediately told me that this was going to be a deadly structure to fish. So I made sure to scan this area very thoroughly. And when I did scan the area thoroughly, I noticed 3 or 4 walleye just barely up off bottom right on that ledge structure. And so that's what we were casting at here. So this first one, I cast it out and I made sure the Kitech swim bait was above his head, and I slow rolled it back to the boat and he just slammed it. But as I was fishing for these other marks, these ones weren't really willing to hit on the slow roll, so I started to implement a pop. So I pop, let it drop, pop, let it drop, and as you can see, this walleye decided to hit that presentation. So yeah, this one put up a really good fight. All these walleye on Georgian Bay fight real well in that clear water. But always remember, when you find structures like this, like ideal ledges underwater that are wind blown, always make sure not only to scan the structure itself, but also to move into deeper water and actually scan the surrounding water. A lot of the time, if you find good walleye structures, you will also find fish that are suspended off of the structure. So, like nearby, not exactly on the structure, but they suspend in that open water, just feeding on bait fish as well. So we did do that later after catching those two fish that you just saw, and we managed to find a few suspended marks, and I think we did hook into 1 or 2 of them, but a lot of the fish on this trip that were suspended weren't very willing to hit artificials. I had a buddy in his own boat fishing with live bait, and they seem to be more willing to slam the live bait. But yeah, we don't really use live bait on this channel, so at least not yet. But so we did manage to catch a few on the artificials, a few nice sized walleyes from Georgian Bay. So yeah, here's another walleye that was sitting really close to bottom, and once again, this fish was caught on that pop, drop on tight line, pop, drop on tight line, let the bait pendulum back to bottom, and as that bait pendulums, they usually hit that on the fall, and that's just classic for walleye.
Swim bait gone?
Yep.
God damn. I wonder if the walleye's gonna eat it. Could you imagine? He doesn't eat it when you throw it to him, but he eats it when it breaks off. Oh, they see it. Crushed it. You know, the conditions got worse and the bite got better. Hey, Dom? That's gonna be a good one. Oh yeah. That's a good fish. Another beauty. Look at that. It looks so cool. I love walleye, man. God damn. No way. Dude, I was just reeling away back to the boat. I was gonna recast. Did you see how fast I was reeling? Did you see how fast I was reeling? I don't know if this is it's gonna be a walleye, yeah, but wait, it might be a pike. Yeah. Oh, I feel his teeth. I feel teeth, yeah. Dude, this is a tank. It's not coming up. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, it's a pike. Look at him.
Oh yeah.
I feel his teeth though. I didn't get him good. Yeah, you're gonna need to net this guy. Oh, he's coming up. Oh, he's 15 feet down. Dude, I was just reeling away. I was trying to recast, man. Oh my god, dude. No, there was two walleye there, but there's a yeah. Dude.
Oh, he's on the boat. Watch out.
That's gonna be a tank. I don't want to horse it. I know it's in his teeth, the line, I felt it, yeah. He's 15 feet down. Dude, it's a submarine. Oh my, I just want to see it.
Putting that reel to work.
He's gonna be at the surface soon. 10 feet down.
Yeah, I see what you
He's coming.
Yeah.
Is it big?
Pike.
Big one?
Pike, yeah. Good pike, good pike.
It's actually not hooked that bad. I think I saw my jig head. Yeah, it's hooked perfectly. Dom, you want to get the bunk board ready somewhere there while I get this guy so we don't have to play with him for too long? Oh my, okay. Yeah, okay. Let's come. Dude, that is a monster. It's hooked really well. But I definitely felt my line go rub against his teeth. Dude, that is a submarine. Got him? Oh my god, that is a tank. Dude, that might be 40. Dude, that might be 40. Dude, that's like, that might be 40.
Oh my gosh, hook fell out.
Oh my god, can you get the bunk board to the back? It's so heavy. Oh my. Jesus Christ. Look at the size of this pike. Oh my god. Get the bunk board. And can you move those rods quick so I can unfold? Just don't want to throw the bunk board on it. Oh, over 40. Oh wait. Oh yeah, wait. Yeah. 40 inches. Holy shit. Oh, no, wait. No, it's not. It's like 39 and a half, 39 and 7.5. Holy, but he's an absolute giant. So thick. Look at the size of this fish right here. Jesus Christ. Let's give him a good release. Yeah. I feel teeth, but I don't think it's a pike. I think it's a walleye. Wait, I may be wrong. Might be a pike. Yeah, I think it's a pike. Yeah. It's not gonna be a giant, I don't think. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a pike. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I didn't hook him the best, I think. Is that a... Oh, it's a walleye, but I can still feel it. Yeah, I guess he inhaled it. No wonder I can feel his teeth. Oh my god. That's a big one. That's a good one. I was so sure that was a pike because he was kind of... It looked like it was getting ready for a run. But, nice walleye. Nice little golden walleye right here. Yeah, look at that. He absolutely inhaled it. I was feeling his teeth all over in my rod. But yeah, just a nice little walleye. Beauty.
So we're coming towards the end of the day here, doing some evening fishing, and the sun is setting, so the visibility in the water column's really decreasing quite fast. During this time, I really like throwing those bigger baits, 7-inch flukes, paddle tails. In this particular video, I'm using a 7-inch Z-Man Diesel Minnows paddle tail, And I really like that bait because it has a big boot on it. So it's creating a lot of vibration and thump in that water column. So it really helps those walleye hone in on this bait. And you'll see in this video that the walleye I catch isn't the biggest. And it's probably around low 20s, 23, 24. And he still manages to easily crush that 7-inch plastic with the 1-ounce jig head. So guys, if you're using live scope, never be scared to throw these bigger baits, because with live scope you see the fish, you know they're there, you can see if they're reacting to that big bait. It's completely different when you don't have live scope and you're kind of just casting at high percentage areas. It can really put you off of throwing big baits when you can't actually see the fish and see that they're there and reacting. But if you have live scope, really use it to its full advantage, and throw those baits that really put you out of your comfort zone. You'll be surprised at what you can catch. So this one absolutely hammered that entire bait. And to finish this video off, I'll just say, if you're gonna go out there, guys, and catch these bigger female walleyes in the fall time season, just really make sure to take care of the resource, and if you can, release those bigger females and let them spawn so that our fisheries can continue to thrive. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.